It all started with Duffy. Who was this person? Why was someone so mad at him they walked out into a busy road and wrote this? Was this a warning? Or just more vandalism? More graffiti to clean up? I had to admit that some of these guys looked like they had some real artistic skill. I started going online to learn more about this graffiti. Just like you can learn to be a terrorist online, there are an awful lot of sites about how to become a #1 superstar vandal. But how could I interview a graffiti artist? They seem so elusive. Say you wanted to join a crew. Where would you even start? I started chatting with someone who claimed to be from the Sud crew in Delaware. He wouldn't tell me his name, but he told me I could see how they work if I could score them some paint.
Pretty nervous right now. Okay, so here's where all the graffiti starts. The art supply store.
He said I had to steal it. They said Delaware was too hot, and they were going to spray paint an underpass over the PA border. As I looked down at the tracks, I wondered what it would be like to steal paint for a big art vandalism project. But it seemed kind of risky. Some of these graffiti guys must almost get killed doing this kind of stuff. I started thinking that maybe this graffiti could be a little dangerous, and that guy from the Sud crew kept sending me threatening text messages. I was getting a little nervous, but another guy was talking to me too, and he said he had been doing graffiti for the last 40 years. He said he was the original twerp, and his work was all over Delaware. Whose work was it? And did these guys really steal each other's names? It was so weird. And destructive. Look at this kid covering this train in paint. I had to watch it twice, though. As soon as he was done with his tag, he just had to get up and spray paint the window of the train. Just a little more extra damage. Maybe I didn't really want to be part of a graffiti crew after all. These guys looked like they were causing an awful lot of damage. When I went back online, one group kept popping up, the Brooklyn Terrace Civic Association, and one name in particular, and it wasn't a tag.
Graffiti cleanup for 3 years now. We've worked with, we're pushing 300 kids. Majority of those have been kids convicted of graffiti. We got a lot of community complaints, and we started cleaning up graffiti locally, street signs, that sort of thing. Then we hooked up with the anti-graffiti brigades, and kind of went from there and partnered with them, DelDOT, Newcastle County Parks. In 2009, we started taking the kids that were convicted of graffiti, initially just graffiti, because they were getting 200 hours of community service. Now that's up to 250 hours.
250 hours? Wow. No wonder Newcastle County was one of the toughest counties in the whole country when it came to anti-graffiti laws. Look at some of these fines and punishments.
Is it art? Is it not art? Tough to argue. People have been painting on walls for more than 50,000 years. I don't think it's going to stop tomorrow.
That guy who said he had been doing graffiti for 40 years. He wanted to show me some of his work. I decided I'd go visit him in Newark.